making time to connect, and making time to commit. Small moments of service and sacrifice. I got to tell this to people. This is an important stat. 99% of couples that pray together actually stay together. A Gallup poll did that. Gallup poll, 99%. 1% didn't. People go to church, 50% stay together. No different than the general population go to church or don't go to church. But the people who pray together stay together. So that's a great way to stay together as a couple and find ways to actually connect and commit to each other. Also, couples that actually make small moments of sacrifice for each other and for their kids. A little sandwich here, helping out with the groceries, taking the garbage out. Hey, can you look at this Instagram post I was about to post and tell me what you think of it? Yeah. How often in the past was like, oh, I'm too busy. Yep. But then you make time for those small moments. 85% more likely to stay together, couples who do those little things.
That's so good. Man, yeah, the pray together thing, I've been a Christian my whole life, and my wife has been a Christian her whole life. We have a Christian marriage, you could say, like the whole thing. We met in Bible college, right? Yeah. We never prayed together outside of dinner and meals. That was it. When with the kids, we'd pray with the kids, and we never did it. And it wasn't until 4 months ago that I was like, in my head, I was like, there's something cheesy about it. It feels weird. Like this is just awkward. I'm forcing it. I pray on my own. I don't need to pray with my wife. And then I just felt convicted over it. And so I set a goal this year. I don't call it a goal, but part of the Better Life Tribe that we have, we do a lot of that idea of you get the results of what you repeatedly do, right? So we track our 5 to 7 habits that we want to do. So I've got wake up by 6 a.m. because I know my life is better then. I've got did I get 10,000 steps? I know my life is better then. Yeah. But then one of them I just started tracking is, did I pray with my wife before bed at some point? And I just have 7 times a week. Do I do it? And so I went from 0 times to now I'm averaging 5 to 6 times a week. That's awesome. Sometimes one of us falls asleep putting the kids down, right? Because we're in that phase of life. But what a dramatic difference. And I cannot explain why that is, other than just that the semi-cheesy analogy that people have used for years, right? If you and God, or you and your spouse, and then God is like a triangle, right? As you move towards God, you move towards each other. That's maybe that explains it, but it's powerful. Please.
I'll explain it. It's because we are spirit and God is spirit. And so when we pray together,
you align on that.
You become one spirit. Yeah. And as you become one spirit, you experience oneness. And there's power in oneness. Yeah. Instead of drifting further apart and being disconnected, you become very connected and experience and feel the power of that oneness. And from that oneness, what happens? There's healing. Yeah. And there's growth. And so that's what it's all about. And our prayer is this: God, we invite you into our marriage to love us, to unite us, to heal us, and to strengthen us, so we can grow strong together and serve you together and raise children that will glorify and honor you. And then your daughter will try to beat, your son up, and you'll be like, hey, are you honoring, God? Are you glorifying God by doing that? And you can just point out little things like that. But we'll just say that prayer. And we've said that prayer now for 10 years.
Wow.
Transformed our marriage. Yeah. Transformed it. Just doing that every single night. And for Catherine, it felt awkward at first. I started saying it because she was so mad at me. Because I revealed the truth about what had happened 10 years before. Yeah. And when I told her, she was going to leave me. Yeah. And I'm on a plane. I meet this guy. I'm pouring my heart out. I'm crying. My wife's about to leave me. I told her something I did years ago, but I'm not that person anymore. I'm literally just devastated. Going to give a talk. And the guy goes, oh, my wife and I pray before bed every single night. We say a prayer. It's transformed our marriage. Out of the blue, I meet this guy. I said, God, what's our prayer? Literally came to me, and I wrote it on a napkin. Wow. And I brought it home. I started saying it every night. Catherine did not want to say it. Mm-hmm. Well, first I was on the couch saying it. I wasn't in bed. Then I made my way back to the bed. So now I'm sleeping next to her, but that's it. And then I started saying that prayer every night, and she would not say it. And then one day she tells a story about how she grabbed my hand and said the prayer with me that night. And that began the journey of when she forgave me and when we started healing our marriage. And that's when our marriage became really, really good. Ever since then, we have an amazing marriage now, and we did not always have an amazing marriage. You got to work at it, but I'm convinced it's the prayer that made the difference.
That's really, really powerful, man. Yeah, even people who are non-religious, how can they apply that?
Yeah, again, religion is religion. God is not a religion; He's a relationship. So God is all about oneness with you, and connection with you, and connecting you to others. So just start praying together. I say, just do it. Just try it and see how you feel. Yeah. See how it goes. So often people say, God, show me and I'll trust you. God is saying, no, trust me and I'll show you. So guess what? Say, God, if you are real, we're going to start praying together and just show us that you're real in our marriage, in our relationship. Yeah. Now, when you do that, you're probably going to be tested because everybody is always tested on their journey. So just know, the fact that you're being tested after you do that is actually a sign that's what you truly need because it's giving you a choice. Do I want to go to the left or do I want to go to the right? Do I want to go towards the negative? Do I want to go towards the positive? Which one? So you might be tested, but I guarantee if you just start praying together and just decide to trust, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
What would be so wrong with just trusting in that moment? Like, give it a try and see if it has an impact on your life. Yeah. It just might change your life. Because I don't judge anybody for what they believe. Because guess what? I've been on a journey. I've been a Buddhist. Yeah. I've been a big meditator. I was a New Ager, a seeker. I've done everything. I was searching for all of the answers. And what I realized was there was a creator of the universe. And when I cried out to that creator, he answered my prayers. And I believe that he had an answer for me because I was open. And I think the more you're open, God can move into your heart if you're just open. And that began the day when I said, I am open, I am willing. And that changed everything. So sometimes I can't believe that I believe what I believe, but I can't deny that it changed the course of my life. Yeah. And the fact that I read all these books in about 3.5 weeks is proof of that. Is proof that there's a God because I am not that smart. People say you're so genius the way you break things down and make it so simple. No, that's the way my mind works. It's actually a simple mind. I can't read books like you do. I'm not that smart. So it's proof that there's that miracles exist and they're possible.
Oh, that's fantastic.